All right, all right. So
I'm
what
here.
we're
Can you
going
hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. What we're going to do is we have a couple of testimonies because I want you to understand the power of focusing on your business. Now, we did it in the style of a boot camp, but you can focus and do these exercises at any time, and you will get those results. We just did a concentrated effort so that we could show people that it can be done. And there are several graduates. You will hear from them a little bit later, but we have a sampling of people that participated. And I am going to start with you, Director Myricks, because you've selected just a couple of our graduates. And I would love for you to just bring them up and
I would
share with
love to.
us.
I would love to. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Perfect. It's my great pleasure. This was an awesome boot camp. I learned a lot, and as I'm sure some of our attendees and participants did. But I'm going to stop. I want to bring up really quickly Miss Amber West. If you're here, Miss Amber West, just unmute yourself and say hi, because I've got a question I'd like to ask you.
Hello, Director Myricks. I'm here.
Awesome, awesome. Great, Amber. I just want you to say, answer this two questions. Why did you decide to participate in the boot camp?
I decided to participate in the boot camp because I knew that the great leadership that we have had something up their sleeves for us. And so I wanted accountability. That's the number one reason, accountability.
Yeah, you're right. Because we know that when we are accountable, we tend to do the things that we might not do.
That's
so
right.
I love it. I'm going to ask you one other question, and that's this right now is what value, or let me ask it this way, which challenge do you believe stretched you or stands out as being of the most value for you and your business?
Probably the edification one. I didn't really, I'll be perfectly honest, at the beginning when I first joined, I didn't really understand why you guys were edifying one another so much. I didn't get it. And it was, and so when we had that one challenge for the edification, I was like, oh, wow, I do get it. Because looking from the outside in, as a consumer, I would be like, you have to be able to trust the person that you're talking to. They have to be able to, we have to be able to gain people's trust. And so I didn't really understand that at first, but I do now. And I really wasn't sure what to expect from boot camp. However, I was glad that the leadership, they went back to the basics for me. I'm the type of person that needs to hear things and see things over and over. It keeps me focused, it keeps me guided, and it keeps my energy up.
Awesome. Well, then it accomplished some of what it was supposed to do, which is to keep your energy up, focus you on your goals.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Amber. I do want to ask if one other person to come forward, and that is a very new partner. Her name is Melinda Pursley. Melinda Pursley, if you'll unmute your phone, say hi to everybody.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, just fine.
Okay, good.
I want you're brand new. Pretty much, I think you were 2 weeks into the business when we started this. So can you tell me why did you decide to participate in the boot camp?
Because you told me I should, and I trusted that I really needed to do this. And I have to say that at the beginning, I really thought that the challenges, I never was going to get through them all. I really did, but I did. I got through them all.
That's great. Let me ask you a quick question.
Yes.
What value did you gain from the boot camp?
I'm sorry, ask me again, it kind of cut out.
Sure. What value did you gain from the boot camp?
Oh, I value everything I learned from boot camp. It brought me back to my leadership skills. I think I told you this when we talked. I learned so much more about PS3 and completed my first 3-way, and the power of social media. I wasn't sure how to start with that. And it gave me a chance to do that. And then all of a sudden there was this piqued interest. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's not so much work as I thought it was going to be. And I'm really glad that I did boot camp. I got my first partner. You know.
Income producing activity produces results. Thank you. So I'm just going to bounce that back to you, Director Dawkins. Take it away.
All right, all right. I love it. I love it because what'd you say? Income producing activity produces that result. And that's exactly what we found out. A lot of great work. I really commend everyone who just hung in there and stretched and grew. And I'd like to bring one young lady to the forefront. She is out of San Diego, California. And she's been with us, actually, Helene Joseph, I'm not quite sure, over a year, I think. So if you would go ahead and come forward, and so we can see you on the screen. And if you would, just a little bit, a sample about your background, but why did you choose to participate in the boot camp? Because how long have you been in the business? How long have you been?
I've been with the IntelliTravel part of it for about 3 years now, but a year in Planet Marketing.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
awesome. So why did you decide to participate in the boot camp?
It sounded exciting. I think I was already like in the mindset of wanting to like bring some life into it and like pump some people up and get them going with me. And so I saw the boot camp as a way to just get that energy going, sort of like fuel the fire underneath that.
Okay, all right. And tell me what that experience was, what was that like? And then what was the result?
It was a lot of fun. I liked the daily tasks. I really enjoyed having to go back to watch some of the videos that were saved on the Planet Marketing site. Some of them I hadn't seen before. So it really made a difference for me. And I think the one thing that it really helped me do this time was with my list. I literally just didn't care. I just went through my Facebook and I was like, listen, everybody's getting tagged. And it helped, people responded, they watched the videos. I gained interest from people that I probably wouldn't have if I didn't do that. So it was an opportunity to sort of just like focus on the task and not so much the outcome. And then I was able to connect with one of my friends from high school. And now I have my first business partner. So it's really exciting.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. And I have one more lady also out of San Diego that I want to bring to the forefront. She has an amazing story too. So Rachel Boyd, if you would just come forward and just tell a little bit about your background, just a snippet so they know where you're from, and then we'll jump into the boot camp.
Okay, so you guys, I'm from Torrance area. It's in Los Angeles. I'm a retirement planner and a Medicare broker. I got into this business because I wanted to be able to help my clients because seniors are free birds and they travel a lot. And I was referring the business out to other people. So that's what made me get into this business. I've learned so much from this. It taught me how to step out of the box and not to be afraid to send out messages and ask people to look at a video. Also, it taught me how to stick to a goal as far as, time frame. I've always been a goal setter, but putting a time frame on it and me doing that, actually, I gained 2 more people that I'll be signing up this week. And they were people, believe me, that I did not even put on my list, but I speak about this business so much all the time, like every single day. And I tell people how much fun it is. Also, I learned about reading. That brings leaders. It makes us leaders. And that was really, really strong. And I love that. Also, the professional development from what we get from all of you guys is just amazing. And not that we can just use it for this travel, we can take it along with this, with anything that we do. So I just really loved everything.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, ladies. And I would like to call back on, I see she is here, to Star Director Tandasizwe Roan. I know you have some testimonies as well. If you would unmute and come forward.
I stayed unmuted for a moment, but oh, this is very exciting. I'm looking at scrolling through and I'm seeing faces and people that we've gotten to know even better because they chose to step forward and say, me, me, me. And that's what we're always looking for, who really wants it. So it's good to see folks on. And I reached out probably today or a few hours ago to ask a couple of people to step forward. I'll start with a young lady who was already part of a very successful traditional business in partnership with her husband, very, very successful. They've been in our business for a short period and they are bronze builders tracking to some much greater heights. So if I could have Osea Gums, if you can unmute and step forward.
Hello.
Hello, and I see you have the significant other, Brent, on the line. I guess he wanted to make sure he could be in on this. That's wonderful. Power couple. So Osea, a couple of things. Just briefly let people know who you are. And really, you have such a successful business that you built over 20 years, very affluent, all of that. Why did you all decide to build in a whole completely different industry?
Well, first off, I'm an insurance consultant and we have been in business together for over 24 years. Why I decided to do this, or we decided to do this business, because we wanted to have, in our traditional business, we are very successful, yes, but the work depends on us. And if we step away for a period of time, our income can diminish. So we wanted a business that would keep going. Even if I decided to go to Fiji, the business keeps going. So that's why we decided to do it.
Excellent, excellent. And, you know, it wasn't too long before you were convinced, encouraged to come into boot camp. So perhaps you can talk about, and especially since the two of you did it as separately, so you both were going through the experience. What was that like? And what do you think it's going to do for your business moving forward?
I think it's gonna boost us. I mean, beyond what we can even comprehend. We were sitting and thinking about it today and thinking of all the strategies that we have learned, realizing that there is not just one path, but you have different tools that you can use to build this business and be successful. And Brent and I, even though we're in business together, we're very competitive. So we wanted to make sure that we're staying on task. And if there's a task and I finished before him, he's like, okay, I have to get this done now. So everything that we do in our business, whether we are piquing interest or we're enrolling, we make sure that we're also competing to keep each other going.
Okay, isn't that a wonderful thing, by internal competition to make increase happen for everybody?
Yep.
I'm not gonna say anything. I know you're gonna come strong from behind, but Brent, I gotta say, Osea is talking to me a lot. So no, that's really powerful. Do you have something real quick that you'd like to say, Brent, about what you got out of boot camp and what it's gonna do for your future?
That's why I say it was a wonderful 2 weeks. I mean, going in, you know, when our sponsor Renee mentioned it, you know, to us, I had no idea what to expect. But getting into it and, you know, doing the daily activities, it was an eye opener. It's a great encouragement. You know, kept us on task. Really clarified the goals that we have. And I see it as a wonderful training tool. Even as new associates come in, to keep them on task. But it was just a wonderful experience. Learned so much, you know, helped to refine our goals. And I really believe that this boot camp, you know, along with our wonderful leadership that's guiding us, along the way is going to propel us to the next level and beyond.
So would you be bold enough to say at the end of the year, what will you be? What's your level? Thank you very much. And with that, we will move on. Excellent, excellent. And then would you like another person, Director Dawkins? Okay, all right. Well, I'm happy to have this young lady come forward. She is slightly seasoned, a little bit more than some of the newer people. She's very competent on the travel side of the business, and she makes money and she travels. And she's currently a silver builder, and she's working her way to reach the top of the compensation plan as a gold builder plus. So silver builder, Tanya Gordon, are you there?
Yes, Director T, I'm here.
All right, all right. So you're one of us who's been in the business for a while. So tell us a little bit about you and where you were and what made you decide, you know what, it's time for me to get in this boot camp.
Yes. My name is Tanya Gorham, and I'm a wife, a mother, grandmother, all those good things. I hail out of Douglasville, Georgia, by way of New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm an accountant by day and travel business owner by night. And I'm in the wonderful field of finance for over 22 years. What made me join the business is because, like Ms. T said, I love to travel. I met my coach on the beaches of Aruba, and she introduced me to the business. We spoke about it. She told me about it, and it was a no-brainer for me, so I got in. Haven't looked back. It's been over 4 years ago. I joined the boot camp because it was time for me to reignite myself, to get myself back busy, back focused. You know, I wanted growth for myself and also for my team. I had to get out of my comfort zone. I needed something to help me get out of my comfort zone and out of my own head. So I joined the boot camp.
Okay, that's really good. Get out of your own head. And that whole recognition, what was the best thing that you personally got out of boot camp that you're going to apply to your business moving forward?
Moving forward for me, I hope to, well, I'm not going to say hope. I will stay consistent because for these 2 weeks, it has kept me very consistent. It's been a challenge, but it's been fun at the same time to, to be able to complete all of my tasks. So I think consistency for me is key. Those income producing activities and some wonderful things have come out of boot camp. I was hoping today to be a gold builder. I was supposed to have someone sign up today, but not quite yet. So maybe tomorrow we'll get this taken care of. But yeah, I'm just excited. I'm just excited, and I'm just ready to rock and roll again.
Right, that's excellent. And taking everything that you learned, the thing that we hear all the time, you can do this full time, you can do it part time. It's your choice, but you can never be successful if you do this sometime. It's like if you sometime tithe or your children sometimes do their homework. It just doesn't work. And so this really puts it back to keep it super simple, master the skills, get consistent, and then what's going to happen is you're going to have duplication, and more importantly, you're going to have income growth. And my favorite, you're going to have that lifestyle changes. Back to you, Director Dawkins.
Oh my goodness, this is great. This is great. I learned a lot too doing the boot camp, and it was wonderful seeing who to work with as well. Because oftentimes I get, oh, well, you're so busy, but I'm also looking for people to help. And this way, it was like you can go and you can see the work being done. You can check on people. You can do all those three-way calls. My phone was ringing off the hook. I love that, boy. And it was a great experience. Now, the good news is that we are going to take this momentum and move right into May with Massive May. That's what I'm calling it. And this group right here, we are going to move the entire organization. I figure about 150 is the goal for May. And because we have so much activity, even from these weeks that we've been doing, I know people are scheduled to come on board, throughout the weekend and next week. Imagine if you keep working like this. Imagine if you stay consistent, it will be a massive May. And that's what we want to focus on, because we're going to go full speed into summer and we are going to show out at convention. And that being said, we get to do part 2 that we are very thrilled about. And for that, I need to bring up another director. He, of course, is in Atlanta, Georgia. He and his wife work this business together. They are one-star directors going 2. And now I can add to the title, they are director makers. Mr. Dorian Joyner, if you would come forward, I know you are out there.
Hey, Director Dawkins.
Hello, hello. So I am bringing you forward because, man, something really special happened yesterday. And I would love for you to talk about that and talk about that journey, and then bring a special person online just to say hello to everyone.
I would like to congratulate our first, giving birth to our first director. Actually, she's the first person that got into business with me. In fact, we were in the previous project and got into the business, and all she wanted to do was travel. In fact, she didn't take my call, and sometimes she still don't today. We got to make some corrections and adjustments on that. And so, and so what happened is she didn't even take my call for the first year. It was like she was traveling, doing all those different things. I would let her know about the meetings, keep her up to date about the meetings. But what happened was, folks, and this shows like people on your team, you never know. You keep people, you don't have to work with them at the time. I tell people, I'm like Mr. Bradley. If they're working, great. I give them attention. If they're not working, great. I'll update them on what's going on, but I'll keep moving. And we kept on moving. And then guess what happened? Along the way, she got a job threat. And what happened was, guess what she remembered? I had this business here that could actually free myself. And guess what happened? She got in, she started running hard. And there was times she would be like, Dorian, this not work. I said, keep going, keep focused, just keep focused. And what happens is that, you keep that focus. And then what happened, I'll never forget, like I was in Punta Cana. And then I started watching those numbers go up. And see, that's the thing, folks. Once you start teaching people and you work with them and you help your people, you just don't drop them in the system and drop them off. You help them, you train them. And what happened is she started coaching and training her people how to do the same thing. Me and Andrew in Punta Cana, we're on the beach, we're drinking margaritas, and all of a sudden we're looking at those numbers. Numbers start moving up. Last weekend we get together. And what happened was like, it was either a do or die. I was like, look, the 30th is next week. You can either get the $500 or not get the $500. Which would you want it this month or next month? What do you want to do? And guess what she said? I'm going for it this month. And folks, she was 17 away last week. 17 away. So that means she was at 83. And guess what happened? She made it happen. Not only did she go director, she went past the 100 number. And so I am so proud and honored to be able to say the first director, the first person I introduced to the business, director, and I love it. Because the first thing I called her and I said, Joy, was, how do you want your steak at the director's lounge? You want a medium well or well done? And so she's going to be in director lounge eating steak and lobster with us. And so I am so happy to have Director Selena Beth.
Yes.
Wow. I have to get used to that. Love it. I love it. I love it. I am just overwhelmed right now, but it is an amazing feeling. And I have to say that as Director Joyner was stating earlier, I came in for travel. I didn't want to go to any meetings. I didn't take his call. But then when corporate, because I thought corporate was going to be that vehicle that was just going to take me straight into retirement, I felt safe and secure. But then when corporate started talking about layoffs, and this is going to be the life going forward, we're always going to have layoffs. That's when I said, well, Selena, what do you have? What is your plan B? And then I remember this travel company that I signed up with that I was using as a hobby. I treated it as a hobby. But let me tell you, that became my lifeline. Planet Marketing is my lifeline, and it is positioning me to get to a place where I can let my full-time go, or if I choose to leverage it along with Planet Marketing, I'm not feeling insecure. I'm not feeling afraid when I go to work, whether or not they're going to call my name, whether or not I'm going to be laid off, because I know that I'm working on my plan B to replace my plan A. And that is security in itself. So my race to 100 was also to have a legacy that I could leave for my family. I want to be the breadwinner for my family. Right now, it's my oldest brother, but my goal is to replace him. So I have some things that I'm working on too, but you know, this one-star director, it happened with the village. It wasn't just me. And the growth part, when I, you know, coming up, Goal Builder, Director in Training, you know, they talk about that core 3. It is important. It is very important. And you can start grooming early. You can start grooming around Bronze Builder, around Silver Builder. Be thinking about that, because it is very important. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a director. And I would be remiss if I did not thank my team for it, thank the leadership, my sideline partners. It's a village, and for that I'm grateful. And Planet Marketing is the vehicle. It is the vehicle. It is your plan B to replace your plan A. And that's where those 3 freedoms come in. Those 3 freedoms, and that's what I'm going for. And for that, I'm grateful.
Awesome, awesome. Oh my goodness, you're ready. All right. Fantastic. Well, I want you definitely to hang around because I know you have a long list of new partners and promotions. So stay close. But I want to open up. There might be some questions around boot camp or around directorship or around, I love that you said it takes a village, because it absolutely does. You are going to get help and support growing your business from everywhere. Even as I mentioned earlier about the boot camp, I might have been the face, but I tell you, there were so many people behind. Of course, Tandasi's Way Roan, of course, Sandy Myricks, but even beyond that, we talked to our other partners who held boot camps. And I'm telling you, I got coaching from the best of the best. So it takes all of that. And that's what I want you to think about. You don't have to do this alone. In fact, you can't do it alone. So if you relax into that and go out there, you can support, and the village will raise you up. Any questions? We're doing great on time. We're doing great. Any questions I can answer or someone else can answer? Questions, comments? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to head right on into seeing who joined us, how many promotions we had. And Selena, I'm going to let you, Director Bess, I'm going to let you start.
Okay, Director Dawkins, all righty. So let me first start off mentioning that Raymond Reeves, he had his first new partner, which was announced today. Her name is Angela Rayford. And I'm going to turn it over to Corey, who is a goal builder that is rushing straight to Director in Training. And he's going to announce his massive list of people. Corey?
Wow, you put me on the spot like that. Well, let me get started. This is a pretty long list. I have 7 new partners. We're going to start with Marie Jones out of the Denver market. Deborah Johnson out of the Denver market, Lamont Scott out of the Denver market, Elisa Marshall out of the Indiana market, Mary Harris out of the Florida market, Jordan Glass out of South Carolina market, Kimberia Mims out of the Georgia market. And from here, I'll let my partner and new goal builder, Melissa Spencer, introduce I'll introduce the last three for her. She probably doesn't want. I'll let her talk after I introduce her to her new three business partners. One is Tyler Wilcox out of the Georgia market. The other is Trey Wilcox out of the Georgia market. And one is Kiara Marshall out of the Indiana market. And Melissa Spencer, our new goal builder, she can take it from there.
Awesome, Melissa. Are you there?
Hello, everybody.
Congratulations, Melissa.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't have
All right.
anything to say.
I'll turn it back over to you, Director Dawkins.
All right, all right. So congratulations, Melissa, Goal Builder. Welcome to leadership. Awesome, awesome, and awesome again. Congratulations on that 1-star. Keep running, keep running. All right, we'll open up to everyone. I know there were a lot of people that joined the team. So if you had a new business partner or a promotion, please, please, please go ahead and unmute yourself and go ahead and make that announcement. Goal builders, goal builders. Thank you.
Good evening. This is Kat Hines out of Cleveland, Ohio. I would like to welcome to the team Patricia McCoon from Westlake, Ohio, personally sponsored by Tony Gail Travis. This was her first business partner, which happened during boot camp. Congratulations and welcome to the team.
Director Dawkins, this is Renee Crawford. I would like to welcome to the team Miss Lucy Peterson out of St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, and she was personally sponsored by me.
Awesome, welcome, welcome.
Great evening, everyone. I would like to welcome to the team Maxine Bingham out of the Arizona market and Dominique Thomas out of the Atlanta market, and both of them are direct to Christina Collins.
All right, welcome, welcome.
This is Dorothy Fleming, and I would like to welcome Mr. and Mrs. Saunders, newest business partners, held out of Columbus, Ohio, Miss Nikki Collins and Miss Tanya Henley. And I would also like to congratulate them on their new promotion of being bronze builders. Congratulations.
Congratulations, awesome. All right, who else?
Good evening, Ms. Director Dawkins. How are you? How's everyone?
Fantastic.
I would like to introduce Ms. Renisha Abrams, first business partner, Mr. Lemmy Bill, out of the Mississippi market. And I would also like to introduce Mr. Kenneth Perkins out of the Douglasville market, sponsored by myself, and Ms. Charlene Carter out of the Mississippi market, sponsored by myself as well.
Awesome, welcome, welcome. Love it.
Director Dawkins, this is Director Myricks. I would like to welcome Leandrin McClure out of the Georgia market, personally sponsored by Kenithia Cordell. I also would like to welcome Monica Diaz out of the California market, personally sponsored by Melinda Pursley. This was done during boot camp. Congratulations.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, anyone else?
Hi, Director Dawkins.
Hi, Sherelle.
This is Sherelle. Hello, everybody. I would like to introduce Ms. Danielle McCoy out of Atlanta, Georgia, to the team, personally sponsored by myself.
Welcome, awesome. So we'll see you in Atlanta, yay. All right, anyone else? Okay, I love it, I love it, I love it. Man, time to seize way wrong. I know some thoughts are on your mind. What do you think about this? What do you think about, the momentum? What do you think about Massive May? What do you think about this?
They always say that momentum happens in small waves when people believe, and all you have to have is a few people doing simple things over a period of time, all of you moving in the same direction. And that's part of what I see happening right now. We match everything into what Mr. Bradley's vision is. And, we're almost at that 70,000. And he has clearly said that he believes that at 100,000, we all are going to be in momentum if we all keep doing what we're doing right now. And what boot camp was really designed to do is to show you that you can do it. Is it hard? Yes, it is. Are there methods to it? Yes, there is. And just mastering that and turning around and reaching out and helping your new partner and helping your new partner do the same exact thing. One of the things that, you know, and this doesn't stop now. We're talking about Massive May, and we do all kind of cute sayings that kind of get us revved up. But what it is that you get excited. Everyone who had a new partner, aren't you excited? And aren't we all excited for them? But when you birth a new director, when your directors are birthing partners, it just gives you a lot of energy. One of the things I know, Director Dawkins, that you and Sandra and I have talked about, Sandra Myrick's, we're talking about is one of the things that we were seriously looking at, you made mention of it, who really wants it? I mean, this is very clear. You had to not only raise your hand, but you had to get out there and put your feet to what your mouth said. And there was some failing forward. There were some people that said, or some people at first were kind of sliding by. I called it the C+. Let me just pass. And there were the other people that said, you know what, I'm getting an A+ in this because this A+ means that I'm going to hit my goals. And my goals are important to me and my family. And what we were really looking for is who was the most coachable. That was the end of the story, really. Not the end of the story, but who was the most coachable? Who of the coaches was ready to take it to that next level? Because we know, Director Bess knows, that you can't get anywhere unless people are willing to be coached to do better in their business. You can be smart, bright, everything else. You can go off and do it on your own. You did it, but why? Why? Look at the talent in this group. And so that's what we were really looking for. Who of our coaches was really ready to take it to the next level? And we've been very thrilled about the people who have stepped up even further. And the ones that are in the wings, did everybody in here feel that there are people on their team that are breathing down their neck? That's what you want to feel. You want to keep running, run with the people that are running, help the people that are standing, you know, jogging or skipping. I guess that's my most passionate thing, that when we leave tonight and tomorrow and officially boot camp is over, that is so not the end. This is such a beginning. And I hope everyone is feeling empowered, really empowered, that they can do this. And when we go into convention, you know, Director Dawkins' team is going to be massive represented there because it represents our family's future. And we keep going back to that, it represents our family's future, helping each other. And that's what I'm looking for. Who can we just help the most and the soonest? So those are just some general thoughts.
Okay.
That was kind of a lot, huh?
Those are your general thoughts. All right, I got it. Fantastic, fantastic. Well, that is what we have for tonight. As we're moving into Massive May, massive income producing activity, get with your director, okay? They're gonna have a plan for you. Get with your director. We're going to be doing some of those accountabilities and they'll have that set up for you so that we know what we're doing, because the goal is to move the team 150 in 30 days. And I think we can do it because we got momentum. All right. All right. Well, that's it. That's all. Let me just circle back around. Directors, anything else? Oh, announcements. Couple of announcements. Yes, Saturday, International Locker Room. And we're trying to get our director on for this Saturday. So you definitely want to be there. But anyway, Mr. Bradley is going to be hosting that. And of course, the first Saturdays of the month, we hear from all of the new directors, and it's hosted by our founder and CEO, Mr. Bradley. This is a great opportunity. Some of those exposures that you've had where they've seen the presentation, your guests have seen the presentation, but they just haven't signed on the dotted line yet, get them in the International Locker Room. Let them hear some of these stories. Let them meet our founder. and let them be on the line with 2,000 other people. Yeah, that'll move them along a little bit. So use that as a tool. Also, let's see, what else did I write down? Of course, convention. We have had people get started and sign up for a convention. I don't have to tell you how important that is. You want to be there, and y'all, there's less than 1,000 tickets. I'm telling you, hear my voice. It's going to sell out. And don't be that person that the day it sells out calls, Director Dawkins, do you have any tickets? No, I don't. Especially not for somebody who's been here. Go get your ticket, okay? Let's see, convention, international, massive May, lots of activity. Okay, that's really it. I'm short on the announcement.
Saturday morning leadership.
Thank you. See, I knew something was missing. Saturday morning leadership call, Mr. Shedrick White, our first millionaire in the company. That is at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You want to plug in. I understand we're going to hear about Dubai, because you might not know he spent 9 days in Dubai. He and a few other business partners. So that I'm sure we'll have pictures. It'll be interesting. Definitely want to be there. Definitely. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? All right. All right. Well, I guess that's all I have. Let's make it a massive May. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday, but I look forward to hearing from you all throughout the week with all of that income producing activity. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for spending your time, for sharing your lives, and for building your dreams with me. Have a fantastic evening. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Congratulations again.
Night.
Thank you. Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.